Today on the RepubliKen Talk Show, I'm going to explain to you what the Trump immunity thing actually means. Because there's a lot of confusion going on in the mainstream media. A lot of people are saying stuff that's not true. They're saying things that they're saying things like Trump can get away with murder and stuff like that. And it's not true. It's complete garbage. So I'm gonna talk to you about that, explain that to you, how that all works. I'm gonna talk about Instagram allowing porn on their platform, literally allowing straight up pornography on their platform, and they're not doing anything about it. There's new pride parades recently to really send off Pride Month with a bang. And I'm also going to be talking about the COVID camps. More about that in this video. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Kenneth Glenn, and today, let's get into it. So, Instagram has been allowing pornography on their website. This is probably one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. So, there's an Instagram account that I've been following recently. It's like something Hitman. And basically what he does is he sends out, he basically follows a bunch of pornographic accounts on Instagram. And he tells his followers to basically report these accounts and get them banned. And I liked that. It was kind of funny. So basically what I did was exactly that. I went through, and yesterday I reported about 70-something accounts. I reported exactly 71 accounts. And all of them came back, and Instagram didn't remove a single one of them. Instagram didn't remove a single account. And this is like explicit pornographic content being exposed here. And like, I'm not going to expose it on the show today, but I might show like some blurred images in the shorter version of this episode. But no, like there are literally super pornographic accounts. I'll read some of the names of these accounts for you guys. There's like Post Anime Sexy is one of the accounts. One Piece Sexy Beauties, whatever. Pervy 18. There are just a bunch of accounts, and there's like thousands of them on Instagram. And like I said, I reported 71 of them yesterday. And all of them are still up. All of them. Instagram didn't even take any time to report any of the accounts. And every time I got the respond back from Instagram, this is what they sent me. I'll show it on the edited version of the show. It says here that this account wasn't removed, but we still want to help. And then underneath it says, our review team found that this one says Genshin Impact NSFW, which NSFW means not safe for work. And then it says 2024. And it's like, so that's the name of the account. Genshin Impact, not safe for work 2024. And it says that their account does not go against our community guidelines on nudity or sexual activity. So actually, we could do this on the show live right now. So I'm going to go on their Instagram right now, live on show. I will describe what is going on the show. What's going on screen. When this video gets edited, you'll see a blurred image of what's going on. Was it Genshin Impact? What even is that? Is that a video game or something? Genshin Impact, not safe for work. Alright, so here we go. We got it right here. And the first thing you are presented with is a girl with blue hair with a shirt off, completely nude. Another one shows another girl wearing something completely nude. There's other photos. There's a girl on her side. Her entire butt is exposed. It's super graphic, disgusting content. This one you could actually see the person's vagina. So it's a disgusting, and there's thousands of these, by the way. There's thousands of these websites or accounts. There are thousands of them, and they all expose the same kind of weird stuff, and it's disgusting. And I reported these accounts, and according to Instagram themselves, nothing goes against their community guidelines. Nothing that account showed goes against their community guidelines. So their community guidelines must be pretty lenient if that's the case, right? Well, here's what their community guidelines actually say. So this is part of the sexual nudity part of it. It says, for a variety of reasons, we do not allow nudity on Instagram. This includes photos, videos, and some digitally recreated content that shows intercourse, genitalia, and close-up, fully nude buttocks. It also includes some photos of female nipples. It goes on and makes a differentiates between, like, the breast, like someone who has breast cancer who gets the surgery. If someone were to take a picture of their breast after the surgery, that wouldn't be against community guidelines, which, that's whatever. Like, I don't have anything against that because it's not, like, sexually related. There's also, like, breastfeeding photos and stuff like that you can see on there, which, like, whatever. Like, we could have that discussion, but that's not what's important. What's important here is that Instagram literally says that they allow... We don't allow nudity on Instagram. And then we have an account that shows a ton of nudity. Now, I can understand the argument that some digitally created content that shows this will not be taken down. But what is that supposed to mean? That's super vague. Basically what that means is you're allowed to show pornography pretty much as long as it's animated. And it goes even further than this. There's actual accounts that just post full porn videos, like 10-minute porn videos. And what they do is there's like a 3-minute countdown on the video. And once the 3-minute countdown's over, they post the sex video, the porn video. And it's just a full-on porn video. And it's disgusting. This is not like the 18 account. This isn't blocked by 18 plus or stuff like that. For example, on Instagram, there are cigar accounts. There are accounts that show off cigars and they sell them and stuff like that. You can't even look at their account without being over the age of 8 or being over the age of 21. So currently, right now, if I want to look at a cigar page, I wouldn't even be able to look at it. Now, I wouldn't be able to look at the page. However, if you're a 6-year-old and you like Genshin Impact and you're looking up stuff on Instagram about Genshin Impact, maybe you like the game or whatever. I don't know if it's a game or an anime because I don't really pay attention to the new stuff that's coming out. But if you're into that, which I don't know, maybe it's for kids. I'm not, like I said, I don't really know much about Genshin Impact. And if you're a kid that wants to look that up, because maybe you're interested in it, and then you see that, you can be exposed to pornography, and you could literally become addicted like that. Pornography is one of the most addictive substances on the planet. And the reason why that is because it's something that we naturally crave. People naturally crave intimacy and sexual stuff. They crave sexual things. Regardless of your age, by the way. That's just something that they like. That's just things that humans like. They like sexual things. Which makes sense. It releases oxytocin and dopamine and stuff like that. However, you shouldn't be able to expose 6-year-olds to this stuff. Especially when that same 6-year-old can't look at the cigar account. I am 20 years old and I can't look at a cigar account on Instagram. I can't look at cigars and stuff like that because I'm not 21. But a 6-year-old can watch porn on Instagram. Instagram, I made a video about this the other day, the study that shows that Instagram was like sexualizing kids. I believe that wholeheartedly now. I was going to do the experiment myself, but just couldn't do it. I had problems making new accounts and stuff like that because there's so many hoops to jump through with that and stuff. So I couldn't make the video. I couldn't make that video myself. But this is just disgusting that they're allowing straight up pornography on Instagram. There's no age restriction to it, and it's being reported. Like I literally reported 70 accounts, and none of them got taken down. None. And we're supposed to believe that some digitally created content that shows sexual intercourse, genitalia, close-up or full nudity, fully nude buttocks, also includes some photos of female nipples. We're supposed to believe that some of them are allowed, yet when I report 70 of them, none of them get taken down. Like, this is disgusting. These guys are satanic pedophiles. And it looks even worse on them because Instagram earlier this year literally allowed you to watch sexual abuse content of children. That's an actual thing you could have done. You looked up child sex abuse on Instagram, and it said it would give you like a little warning, like a content warning, and then it would let you see results. And there are many child sex abuse videos on Instagram that you could have watched. And we're supposed to believe that these guys are somehow not the bad guys. We're supposed to think that these guys are just, what they're doing is perfectly fine. This is disgusting. Alright, moving on to the next thing of the day. So, for Pride Month this year, the people just wanted to, all the gays wanted to just set it off with a bang. They wanted to leave out, or go out with a bang. That's what I meant to say. They wanted to go out with an actual bang. And they did. So what they did was they had huge pride parades. Huge pride parades. And dudes were just straight up naked. It's just, they were just literally out naked. It was this parade took place in San Francisco. And there was like a bunch of dudes just full on naked, just riding bikes around and stuff like that. And the media is supporting this. The media is actually supporting this as if it's a good thing, as it's like sexually liberating. And it's ridiculous. I cannot wrap my head around this. How pedophilia and the sexualization of children has become so mainstream and like funny and quirky now. For crying out loud, parents for the longest time have been sexualizing their kids. Like parents sexualizing their own kids. Oh, you got a crush on that little girl right there, ha ha ha. And then now it's just getting worse. And according to studies, I don't remember exactly where I saw it, but there's a study that was shown where it said it's actually good for children to look at naked adults. It's actually good for their psyche. It's actually really healthy for them to watch naked dudes ride bikes. Which is just asinine to me. Which just goes to show that Biden's country has gone to complete crap. America has gone to crap. We've literally screwed up our country so bad that there are people defending actions of pedophilia. In the same state of California, they literally made it so if a gay person were to have oral or anal sex with a person, with a minor who's within 10 years of their age, he isn't a sex offender. And they did it for like LGBTQ rights. Because, the gays have been persecuted For some reason, punishing a pedophile is persecution against the gays, which just says a lot to me, by the way. Just says a ton. The idea that the sexualization and the abuse and pedophilia is like anti-LGBTQ propaganda is just garbage. Also, California, I think it was California that did the whole U-turn thing. Gay guys were having sex out in public in the 90s, literally after the bars closed, by the way, which is questionable enough that they're even driving after drinking all night. But when the bars closed around 2 a.m., they would literally drive around the city trying to find someone to hook up with, and they'd do it out in public. It was nasty. And some reason, this is also LGBTQ sexual liberation when those signs get taken down. Because the gays can finally have sex out in public again. Like, this is just nasty. I just don't understand this whole movement. It's gone so off the walls recently. The LGBT community has gone so off the walls. It used to just be like, hey, I'm not attracted to women. I like dudes. And I keep it to myself. Now it's like, hey, can I wave my penis in your kid's face? If you don't, I'm going to be persecuted. That's persecution if you don't let me wave my penis in a kid's face. That's what it's turned into. And that's why people, especially me, have just started to really dislike the LGBTQ movement, the LGBT community, and the mainstream media. Because this is the kind of behavior that they push and promote. It's all garbage. It's garbage. It's so nasty. It's so garbage. This shouldn't be a thing. You know the Metallica song, The Thing That Should Not Be? This is the thing that should not be. Oh my goodness, dude. This is just... This is starting to really make me angry. Alright, moving on. So, there's now... In development, there are COVID camps in development. Now, Alex Jones talked about this for the longest time, for like the last 10, 15 years or whatever. And, you know, he got a paper back in like 2010 or 2011 or whatever from the military that exposed that the U.S. government was making these camps. These like political prisoner camp things or whatever. And Alex Jones talked about it for years, and no one believed him. And then it ended up all coming out to be true. And now the government is making COVID camps. And if you don't want to quarantine in like COVID, you are going to be detained. At least this is what is speculated. You're going to be getting detained and forced into these COVID camps. Which is actually a really good idea, because as we all know, quarantining is what stopped COVID from spreading in 2020. It definitely didn't make more COVID cases. No, that's ridiculous. To even think that is just straight up bigotry. Everybody knows that the spreading of COVID stops when you just force people who have COVID to be in close proximity with other people who have COVID. That just makes sense. In order to stop the spread of COVID, you need to put COVID patients with other people. You need to put them in really close proximity. You need to tell them that they cannot leave. That's how the spreading of diseases stops, guys. That's what we now know. Kathy Hochul, the absolutely garbage governor of my great state, New York. I say great sarcastically. It's stupid. And she's also pushing stuff that's similar to this. And she made some speech recently, and she said that the COVID vaccine was, quote, sent by God, which is just kind of whack. Because if the vaccine was sent by God, I don't think it would cause myocarditis. Ooh! Yeah, I don't care. Take this video down. I'm not a coward. If God made the vaccine, it wouldn't cause myocarditis. I'm just saying. And I'll say that. I'm not a coward. There wouldn't be all these studies showing this. So we basically have all this information showing that the crap that went on during the COVID pandemic didn't help with COVID at all. It didn't stop the spread. It didn't stop the transmission of COVID. It actually increased it. That's what we know. We now know that. Yet our politicians are still pushing this garbage. We have politicians literally pushing this garbage. It's just stupid. And we can't even trust our own science anymore because, like we learned, our own scientists have literally turned their backs on us and forced mandates on us with things that haven't even been tested, like the 6 feet rule. The 6 feet rule wasn't even tested by science. They never tested it at all. They never tested the validity of that claim. Yet, they forced people to do it anyway. Now, if you were a smart guy like me, you knew it was bullcrap all along, so you didn't really care what the science said. If you were smart like me, you knew it was all garbage. You knew it was all bullcrap. But they force you to do it in schools. They force you to do it at work. They made you wear the mask. And then they, if you're doing a physical activity, it's actually 12 feet because of the super air that comes out. It's just so stupid. And all of the people pushing this crap and all the people that believe this crap, okay, I should correct myself there. Not necessarily all the people who believe this crap because like I said, I could understand why you'd believe this stuff. When you're beat over the head with something all day, every day for years, it's pretty easy to believe something when you're just beat over the head with it. It's pretty easy to. Me, I just don't care. I'm right, you're wrong. That's just me. I'm right, you're wrong. I don't care. I know what's going on. You don't. I just refuse to believe garbage. I refuse to believe it. I just refuse. And I knew it was garbage the whole time, and I ended up being right. And it's just nuts. This whole thing is garbage. By the way, Kathy Hochul, moving on back to her again, she also said we're still in the midst of a pandemic. Now, I don't know what pandemic we're in the midst of. I'm genuinely confused on what she means by that. Because let's look at it right now actually. How many COVID cases are in America? Let's see here. I'm just trying to look around. Weekly new COVID-19 cases hit a highest level in 2024 according to CDC. This was posted today, actually. A total of 932 new COVID cases with complications were reported last week. So we're in the midst of a pandemic. Less than 1,000 people have this disease. We're still in a pandemic, guys. Less than 1,000 people have a disease. It's still coming, guys. We might as well just shut down schools again. We might as well all quarantine. It's so garbage. So here's my advice for you guys. Stop believing the garbage that they're teaching you. Stop believing the garbage that they're pushing. Stop believing it all. It's all garbage. We all know it is. Stop believing it. Stop following it. Next time the science tells you to do something, question it. Because it could save your life, actually. Seeing as science isn't trustworthy anymore. You're no longer able to trust the scientists. Because the scientists are special interests. They have a special interest. They don't care. Not even your own doctor cares. I would even go as far as to say that. There's a website out where you can literally look up whether or not your doctor is working for a pharmaceutical company or like receiving payments from a pharmaceutical company. If your doctor's receiving payment from a pharmaceutical company, they're more likely to probably be pushing pharmaceutical drugs on you and your kids. So not even your own doctors want you to be healthy. Not even your own doctors want you to stay healthy. They don't. They want to push their special interest garbage. So, with that being said, doctors are literally no different than like politicians. They're just in it for special interest garbage. And it's just flat out disgusting. Oh, by the way, before we go any farther in this video, in this show, you need to follow Matt Wallace on Rumble and Twitter. You need to do that. Matt Wallace has been cracking down on the Epstein case, and he's been showing off a bunch of the video footages from Epstein and all that stuff. You need to look at his stuff. I'm not going to review his stuff or show it on the video because I want you to watch it for yourself. I'm not going to be able to add anything to it. And I don't really like to talk about things I can't add anything to. So please do yourself a favor. Watch Matt Wallace on Twitter and on Rumble. He's been killing it recently. And you guys should just watch his stuff. He has great stuff coming out. All right, moving on. So, I got two things to talk about in this segment here. So, the Trump immunity case. So, the Supreme Court, there we go. They decided to give Trump presidential immunity. So, what does that mean? If you're a Democrat, you probably think that means that Trump can basically do exactly what he said in 2016 and shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it because he's Donald Trump. But that's not what actually is being said here. Presidential immunity isn't that the president can literally get away with every and all crimes. If that was the case, Joe Biden would already be trying to assassinate RFK and Donald Trump. And that's not what's being said here. And no Democrat actually believes that. However, the Democrats are going to use that and push it to use it against Trump. They're going to use it against the conservative Supreme Court. They don't even believe it, but they're still going to say it anyways. It's just ridiculous. And there's tweets all over Twitter and people talking about it all over. Biden made a crap speech over it. It's just all ridiculous. It's all garbage. So let me explain to you what presidential immunity actually means. This is what the Supreme Court is actually doing. Since I'm a person who actually studies this stuff. And I'm not going to lie about it. Basically what Trump's immunity means is Trump has presidential immunity when he does something that's allowed constitutionally. Which does include some things that civilians can't do. For example, if I were to order a hitman to assassinate a political leader around the world, I could get charged for that. I can get in a lot of trouble for that. However, if the president assassinates a political leader with a hitman or with his government institution, with like SEAL Team 6 or whatever, for example, like Osama bin Laden, he will not be charged. However, if a civilian does it, they will get charged. The reason why that is because of presidential immunity. Another protection for presidential immunity, which first of all, I don't really know how to feel about this part of it, this part is a little weird and questionable. But say a president does something that's kind of bad. For example, in World War II, the bombing of Dresden, or like Richard Nixon, the Vietnam bombing that killed a bunch of innocent people, or like Obama, the Yemen hospital and stuff like that. If they make a mistake and do something like that, that's also part of presidential immunity. Which, like I just said, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't really like that very much. That part I don't like. But that's part of it. That's part of the constitutional immunity. Presidents can't do things as long as it's within their constitutional power. They're allowed to do it, and they're not allowed to get criminally charged for stuff. Which, as much as I don't like that, I also don't completely hate it either, because you don't want a president getting in trouble for something that he didn't necessarily do. For example, we blame Obama for the drone strike, but he wasn't the one flying the drone. You know what I mean? People tell me all the time, I talk about Richard Nixon, like, oh, what about the Vietnam bombing thing that he did? And it's like, oh, I didn't know that Richard Nixon had a helicopter license and stuff like that. So you can't really blame presidents for doing that, because, they're not the ones actually doing it. Other people are doing it and screwing up. So that's the basic premise of presidential immunity. It's not saying that he could kill anybody he wants, which is what the left's pushing. It's not that he could literally do whatever he wants and rob a bank and steal money and do whatever and human traffic, and that's not what's being said here. He only has constitutional immunity. If what he does aligns with the Constitution, it is 100% allowed. If it's not allowed. He could still get in trouble for things. And it gets funnier. This whole situation gets pretty funny. So, on Twitter, do you know the Harry Sisson dude? Harry Sisson and his butt buddy there. Can't think of it. Chris Mowry. So those two guys, well, not two, but so Harry, who's a complete moron, by the way, posted a tweet saying that. Let me see.
I'm not joking.
Trying to find it. There we go. So Harry posts, according to the Supreme Court, Biden now could send SEAL Team 6 to take all of them out. So, yeah, that's a problem. By the way, this guy's 1 year older than me. And he's so misinformed and stupid that he doesn't understand that could get him in serious trouble. And it gets better. Hold on, just wait. So basically, he said, according to the Supreme Court, he could send in SEAL Team 6 to take them out. He could send the military to take out Trump. He has immunity for official acts now. So basically what he's alluding to, and I actually commented underneath the post. But anyway, he's basically saying that Biden now has presidential immunity to use SEAL Team 6 to kill the Supreme Court justices, and that he has presidential immunity to kill Trump. Which, as we all know, that's a big no-no. You can't just say that you want to kill the president. You can't say that. There's a super funny skit on that, by the way. But, yeah, you can't say that. You can't say things like that. And the idea that he said that is just whack. So whack. I ended up responding to his video because it was just so stupid not to. And I wrote, "This is idiotic. According to your crappy comprehension skills, Trump could have immunity to take you and your butt buddy, Chris Mowry out. I said it with a question mark. So I'm not actually stating it. I'm asking. So I'm actually covering myself because I actually understand how words work and the language works and grammar works. And as somebody who studied law, I know how that works too. I know how to I know the tricks on how you can say things without really saying them. What you said doesn't even make any sense. Trump only has immunity for official acts under constitutional power. I said that's not one of those. You cannot kill people under constitutional power. That's not constitutional at all. But it gets better. So he made a post on Instagram, or not Instagram, Twitter, or X if you're a geek. And it says, he wrote, Trump's campaign manager just threatened me. Here's my response. Because he thinks it's funny that he threatened a political leader. Which is not funny. And it just keeps getting better. Keep watching. You gotta see. So he makes that crap tweet saying that he can kill Trump, he can kill the Justice Department. And then Chris, I'm not gonna be able to say that last name, but one of the people that work in Trump's campaign, basically, he writes saying, "Expect a visit." ... And this dork is laughing. He thinks it's funny. This guy actually thinks this is funny because he's a moron. He doesn't know how the world works. Obviously, his parents never told him that threatening the president of the United States or any political person never goes well. You can't even... So here's the thing that's wild. You can't even say that, quote, this quote. You can't say that you want somebody to kill the president. Or, say, I think somebody should kill the president. You can't say that at all. You can't even say that legitimately. If you commented on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and you say, I think somebody should the president, that is so illegal. And the CIA would be at your door so fast. And it gets funnier. Because guess what happened? Breaking news, popular Democratic influencer Harry is under investigation following his comments earlier today after the Supreme Court ruling. He was literally under investigation hours after he posted that garbage. He's sitting there acting like he's some big, bad, tough guy, how he doesn't care what the government says, and, oh, the campaign manager threatened me, Now he's under investigation because he's a moron. This is hilarious. It's about time that this idiot gets what he deserves. It's about time. But yeah, he thinks he's some big, bad, tough guy. He's like, oh yeah, the campaign threatened me. You know what's not funny? When the government's like, hey, you're going to expect a visit. That's when you stop laughing. They're like, that's not the time to be like, guess what, guys? What's up? What's up, Flow Gang? Or whatever. That's when you stop doing that. That's when you step down and go, okay, maybe I went a little too far. But since he's a 21-year-old moron, he didn't do that. But let's be real. This dude has literally been... We all know that he's we all know that he's an idiot. He's being paid by the Democratic Party to push his crap. He's literally funded by the DNC. All these TikTokers who push Biden propaganda are all being paid. We already know it. We all know it. I made a video talking about it, that they're all paid. I exposed it on a video months ago. So yeah, this just garbage. Oh shoot, he just posted again. So wait, let's see what this says. This is a fake post. MAGA has nothing better to do but lie. It is literally disgusting. I fully support President Biden. Nobody wants convicted felon and sexual abuser Trump in office. Wait, that's a lie because he said nobody, and that's not true because. Could you imagine, just Daniel Dale, or what was his name, Daniel Dates or something like that? Doesn't matter. That guy comes in. Could you imagine? Fact check, not true. When I make my own website and post articles, I'm literally going to fact check every post like that, just to troll. Let's see what the post actually said. So it looks like it's his account. It looks like it's his. Says, friends, you all know how hard I have been behind President Biden. I've taken blows for him online and in person. He has touched me in any way no other politician has in my life. But the time has come. Joe Biden has to pull out. He has given all he can for us, and this country deserves a happy ending. So basically, he got trolled. He got trolled, and he's mad about it. Oh, should he post it again? Hold on, we're going to watch this, actually. We'll show the clip right now, actually.
So Donald Trump Jr., Trump's son, decided to come after me on his show yesterday. Seriously, take a look.
After they leave office. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And how did Team Biden respond to this decision? They literally called for the assassination of my father and Supreme Court justices. Someone named Harry Sisson, a Biden influencer, I guess. I think he's like some paid little troll or whatever, tweeted, according to the Supreme Court, Biden could now send SEAL Team 6 to take them all out. He could send in the military to take out Trump. He has immunity for official acts now.
Yeah, paid troll. That's the best he could come up with. I was really expecting better, and I thought that he was talking about himself for a little bit there, but I digress. First of all, nobody was calling for Donald Trump to be targeted. Not me, not anybody. We were simply citing the Supreme Court decision. And if you think my tweet or other people's tweets said that, then you have the reading comprehension of like a second grader. And second of all, Donald Trump Jr., who looks eerily similar to the characters in Beavis and Butthead, should probably be focusing on the collapsing Trump campaign and the fact that his father is a convicted felon, as opposed to dedicating time to misinterpreting posts on social media.
Wow. So what a terrible video that was. That was unbearable to watch. So he calls Donald Trump Jr. someone that looks like the guy from Beavis and Butthead, which, as someone who, we don't know what he's talking about because he looks nothing like that guy. But whatever. And yeah, this was stupid. He's like, oh, he must have the reading comprehension skill of a second grader. No, you're the one that has that because you literally posted this on your own Twitter account. You posted that according to the Supreme Court, Biden could now use SEAL Team 6 to take them all out. And he could use the military to take out Trump. That's literally what you said. You literally said that he could do that. And then now you're like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, you did, you moron. You literally just said that. Now, maybe you didn't, threaten Trump, but you still crossed the line with what you said. You said something that was actually illegal, things you can't say. Because we talked about this earlier on the show. You can't say things like that. Like that. The government takes that crap seriously. Man, this guy's a moron. Oh, and then he also brought up, paid clowns or whatever. Yeah, we all know you're paid, buddy. We all know that. I've already exposed it on the channel. I've exposed your company. Your company's directly funded by the DNC. You're directly paid by them, and you always have been. Biden's even tried to get OnlyFans creators to post his content and post his political rhetoric. Because Biden's so trash that he needs the relatable, fun young guys to push his garbage. So anyways, that's going to be the end of my show. I hope you liked it. If you liked this video and you want to see more like it, I make videos like this every single day. So, hit the subscribe button, post notifications. You can see my videos every day when they come out. I will see you guys later. Peace.